This is Gizzards.
Yeah, I'm Matt. This is John.
Hi. Yeah, this year we're not going to be giving you a volume 2 of our Halloween special just yet, but we wanted to do something for you. Now, we both are aficionados, I would say connoisseurs is the correct term, of the pumpkin ale. We have here Southern Tier. The Pumpkin is their variety, of course, and we have it from 3 recent years, 22, 21, and believe it or not, we have a bottle from all the way in 2018. So we're going to just give them a taste here live, give you some reactions on the differences between them, if there are any, as we see them. Matt brews his own beer and knows a lot about this stuff, and I'm just going by my gut.
I think you may have been helping me with a couple early batches almost 20 years ago now.
Could be.
But yeah, so I just want to say briefly, I worked in a homebrew supply shop for like 7 or so years, and I had a lot of pumpkin ales, and a lot of brewers kind of balance their beer and kind of put the novelty ingredients on top. A lot of pumpkin ales are sort of not that great. That being said, the Southern Tier is one of our favorites because it integrates everything really well. It's really smooth, and these brewers clearly thought about how these spices and that pumpkin would interact with the other things happening. It's one of our favorites, and yeah, beer changes over time like a wine does. This is just strong enough to age gracefully. So let's have it. Which one is this?
This is the newest, the 2022. Now, I don't own flight glasses. Luckily, I do have champagne flutes.
So. It's mostly so you don't feel bad about having a 4-ounce serving of beer and you feel like it's a little sappy. So what I always do is you kind of hold it for the light. It's a very, very clear beer.
How it is?
Give it a sniff. There's a really nice kind of like a darker candy corn almost to this.
Yeah, a candy-ish, a little caramel.
Yeah, and then you sip it. What is it? Yeah, very malty, very sweet, very mellow. Also, it does not taste nearly as strong as it is, so just a caution for everyone at home that
is 8.6 ABV.
It's a delicious beer, but if you plow through a lot of it, you may be surprised at, just how strong it is.
Luckily, it's kind of filling. It's one that's not going to be something you can really put down a lot and not feel weird about.
And I don't know what order these are in, so you get the next serving of it.
Okay, this is last year's batch. Okay, this is last year's batch. Slightly darker. Still pretty clear.
It smells different.
It's oakier. Yeah, more
darker. Definitely darker.
Yeah.
And looks a touch darker as well. I don't know if they changed the recipe year by year or not, but kind of what I expected. The high notes are a little bit blunted. It's definitely smoother, but it's mellower. If any of you are like wine or whiskey aficionados, especially the way whiskey mellows out over a couple of years, it's definitely going on with this. And again, this is a pretty readily available beer, at least in the Boston area. I know distribution gets weird, but if you're getting some, maybe put some away for later, because this is actually really nice.
Yeah.
Now that next one?
This is the big one. This
different packaging too.
This is a bigger bottle. This came out of a good old Deuce, as opposed to coming from a 4-pack, a standard 12-ounce bottle.
Yeah, you don't really see too many of these anymore. I'm not sure they're even still necessarily making it in this format.
Yeah, one of those will fuck you up.
And the first couple of years I saw this was the only way you could get it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this started kind of foaming up a little bit when we opened it.
It did.
And sometimes that means that there was fermentation that the brewer did not necessarily anticipate. So this might be drier, maybe a little sour or something. We haven't tried it yet.
Noticeably darker, couple shades darker, in fact.
Cloudier too.
Cloudier, yes.
This smells like something a little sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, something else. Definitely fermented it. It's not like it's a lambic or a really wild, crazy sour ale. Like this is approachable, but I also don't know if this is typical of the 2018 bottles. This could have been a flaw in one bottle. This could have been the whole batch.
There's a little funk.
Yeah. If you're seeing this on some kind of social media, you have one of these lying around, let us know, because I might have another 2018 lying around home. I may not, but I don't know.
He is a hoarder.
Yeah. And the sour actually tastes a little bit more pumpkin-y.
Yeah, it's more squashy, truly.
Because honestly, there's pumpkin in this, but you usually just taste the spices and not the pumpkin. There's some pumpkin ales with no actual pumpkin in them.
All right. Well, there you have it. We've got 3 generations of pumpkin. We're playing November 4th at Union Tavern with a bunch of touring acts, Buck Gooder and the Ships in the Night and Solemn Shapes, as well as our good friends the Ponset Monastery, who you may remember from the Gizzards Halloween special. Go watch that if you don't know what I'm talking about. We listen to the new album, buy the new album.
New albums that was part of it. We're not doing a Halloween special, a Halloween gig, but in 2023 we intend to do both and to crush it doing that.
The Conqueror Worm. Lo, 'tis a gala night. Within the lonesome latter years, an angel throng bewinged midnight, in veils and drowned in tears, sit in a theater to see a play of hopes and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes in form of God on high mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly, mere puppets they who come and go at the bidding of vast formless things that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings invisible woe. Oh. That motley drama, oh, be sure it shall not be forgot, with its phantom chased forevermore by a crowd that sees it not, through a circle that ever returneth into the selfsame spot, and much of madness, and more of sin, and the horror, the soul of the plot. But see, amidst the mimic rout, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that writhes from out the scenic solitude. It writhes, with mortal pangs, the mimes become its food, and the angels sob at vermin fangs, in human gore imbued out of the light, out all! And over each quivering form, the curtain of funeral pall comes down with the rush of a storm, and the angels all pallid and warm, uprising, unveiling, affirm that the play is a tragedy, man, and its hero, the conqueror, worm.